Hi, Gemma here. Today I'm going to be reviewing some gel pens, specifically the Zebra Doodlers gel stick. This is the first pack of gel pens I've tried out in a while, maybe like 5 or so years, so I was in kind of desperate need for some gel pens. Obviously I like the idea of using them for journaling and for card making, so let's see what they're like. Cost-wise, these pens cost me £2.50 on offer. They're usually £5 and there are 10 pens included in the pack. So there's 10 colours: pink, red, 2 purples, a blue, green, copper, gold, silver, black. So I'm going to be showcasing them on 3 different coloured papers. So these are what the gel pens look like on 3 different types of paper. So obviously white paper, black paper, craft paper. And I haven't used many gel pens on black paper, but I do feel like the result is kind of disappointing. The only one that stands out by itself is the silver. The rest, there's like no background colour to them. It's only like the glitter remnants. You can't see any of the actual colour. Let me bring that a bit closer. I don't know how clear that is to see. On the craft paper again, the only colour that really pops is the silver. And you can actually see the colours on this one. Obviously, oops. Excuse me. You can see the colours on this one, but there are obviously a couple of colours that blend in because of the colour of the craft paper, so copper and gold blend in a bit more. Again though, the silver is the one that pops out. And then the white paper has obviously done the best. They all stand out very nicely on this. So in terms of the colour range, I think it's quite a nice colour range. I am a bit disappointed though that the pink is like a really dark, it's like a dark pink. Don't know how easy you can see it. It's not really pink. I wouldn't describe that colour as pink. And I love the colour pink. So for me, it's kind of disappointing that it's not that bright pop of pink. But I do absolutely love this turquoise colour. I think it's so pretty. I think it's interesting that they included 2 purples. I quite like that. Again, the only colour missing for me really is that bright pink. I think the gold is really nice. The blackest one I wouldn't have thought I would have needed, but it's quite nice. And yeah, overall the colour range, I'm quite happy with them. I think you have every colour there that you would kind of need for like a basic pack. In terms of ergonomics of these pens, they're like triangular shaped. And it's quite stiff to get the lid off. Let me try that again. You have to really pull for it to come off, but at least it means these are unlikely to leak in your bag. They have a fine tip, but sometimes it wasn't very obvious in the video, but they can be occasionally scratchy. On the whole, I found that they're quite nice to use, but they can be scratchy. So my favourite has been to use the gold gel pen as a shadow for my calligraphy. So I'm showcasing it here to show you that you can use it in a bullet journal. So here's a close-up shot of what it actually looks like close-up, and it's honestly so pretty in real life, and it's a bit easier to see now that it's close-up on camera. So something small that bugged me is that although they slot in at the top, you can see that they, don't slot in in an aesthetically nice way. It's not the biggest deal, but it's just something that slightly bugs me. Something I did notice on the back is that it says glitter, neon and pastels are great on dark papers, but this pack did not work on dark paper. It didn't show any colour, just like the glitter residue, not the colour itself with the exception of silver. So I disagree with this statement. I think they shouldn't be advertising them for dark paper when they don't work well on dark paper. But I would still recommend them. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, consider subscribing for future journaling, stationery and calligraphy content. And thank you for watching.